Hey everyone! So I'm here today with another art journal challenge, mixed media challenge. And this one is called Pick a Stick Challenge. And I will link the video that I saw this at in the description below. So in case you're interested, you can go take a look. But there are 10 steps that you have to do. And in this challenge, you do have to do them in order. You can't switch and mix up. So you have to do them in order, but you can add different things if you want to. So, with that said, let us get started. And I will probably fast forward and narrate over what I've done, just, to make the video not be an hour long. All right, y'all, let's get to creating.
So step 1 says use a sponge, brush, and paint to make random marks. So I decided to just use this cheap little sponge brush that I got from Home Depot actually. I think it was like $1.25. I don't know. That's where I get them. They're cheaper there. And I'm just using yellow in like a peachy melon color. And actually I think that's the name of it is melon. And the color of this is light yellow. So I'm just taking the brush and I'm going to do the whole page with yellow. And then I will take a sea sponge and dab on the melon color. It didn't quite come out the way that I was hoping it would, but I think it looked pretty anyway. I couldn't think of another thing to do with these colors, so it went off a little heavy there. I didn't want it to be that heavy, but it is what it is. So yeah, I do love the colors together. I think they make a pretty color. I just wish I could have figured out a different way to use them together. And step 2 is to use ink. I got the idea to use these Tim Holtz, sorry, splattered stencils, and I used my Ranger ink and coffee fitting, right, to make coffee stains onto the page. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. Okay, and then step 3, you were supposed to add hand or machine stitching, and I did not want to do that, so I went for the wild card stick, which was to add triangles. And what I decided to do was to take this, oh, y'all see my head, how nice, hi, sorry. I just took this container and I just made little triangles all the way around it. Now, step 4 says to draw big. I am not a drawer, but I wanted to draw some coffee cups, so that's what I ended up doing. So here I drew it and cut it out, and then I will use that as a template to cut out another one. So I end up drawing and cutting out 2 coffee cups. I had to use my craft knife or X-Acto knife to cut out the handle, but I think it turned out super cute and okay for me not being a drawer. And then I put the little ring around it to try to just give it some dimension, and I was like, okay, that looks kind of funky, so I had to clean it up a little bit. And then I took my Sharpie marker and cut it. Used it to go over the line, and then I inked the edges just to get it more uniformed. And this is an old paper that I've had. I actually really love it. So yeah, so that's my draw big. 2 coffee cups. And here I'm just adhering them with my Fabri-Tac glue. And then our next step says use something from a game. So I decided to spell out the word coffee using Scrabble tiles. So I thought this was a cute little idea, and of course lots of people use it. So, but yeah, I thought it was cute, and I like how and I didn't want it like straight. I did wanted the tiles to be a little, you know, off-centered. I really like that. And then the next step is to add something cut from a magazine. So I saw these little popsicles from my Cooking Light magazine, and I just love the colors of them. So what I ended up doing is using the paper and cutting little triangles out, and I will end up using matte medium to adhere them into the sun where I had used the triangles before. I thought it just gave it extra dimension and just made it look more like a sun, which is what I had envisioned that to be. So yeah, I think it ended up looking really cute when it got all said and done. So again, I just used fluid matte medium to put down the triangles that I cut. Now what I'm doing is I'm just going around the cups with my Le Plume brown pen. It's a water-based pen. I always like doing this just to set the items kind of into the page. It's just always something that I like to do, and I'll also go around the tiles. I just think it adds a little bit more dimension. I really like doing it. And now step 7 says use a straight edge. So I decided to use my ruler and just to make a border around the page using a Till Sharpie marker. I really liked how this kind of framed the page, and I don't know, it added a little something that I think it needed. I really did like doing this. And now what I'm going to do is use that matte medium and add some chunky glitter. They're little iridescent stars into where the sun is. And then I'll also use my stickles to go around the edge where that border is, just to give it a little bling and sparkles. I love my sparkles. This is just an extra step. It wasn't needed, but I wanted to do it. And now step 8 says print and attach something from your computer. So I printed out a saying that says rise and grind and had 3 coffee beans. I'll use my coffee ink and ink the edges and the paper itself to make it not stark white, and then I'll use matte medium to adhere it to the page. I really loved this look. I just love that. But the words came off a little bit, so I'll go over them a little bit later. And number 9 says makes a texture stamp or tool by gluing string to a cardboard. So I took thread and made it wavy and glue that onto the cardboard to make it look like it was going to be steam coming out of the coffee. At first I tried to use my gray Lapoon pens, but that didn't work. So then I went with my Memento tuxedo ink. It's a little darker than what I really wanted, but I think it looks okay. I think it looks like steam coming out of the coffee cup, and that's what it's supposed to look like. And the final step says use a gel medium or gesso to create a resist image. And what that means is you use your medium so it looks like it's got texture, and then you are to put your color over that, and what will happen is your color won't adhere or be absorbed by that texture, and it will make a resist image. That's what it's supposed to do. I used the gloss gel medium to make it look like the coffee had splattered over the cup and onto the page. And I will also end up using watercolor to go over that. If I had to do it over again, I think I would end up using just the ink and maybe spraying it, because it is distressed ink. I probably would have used the vintage photo ink that I have, because in the end I really didn't like the way that the watercolor ended up looking on it, especially when I go to the darker one. It really, I don't know, I just didn't like it. But the lighter one, you really weren't seeing the resist image. So if I had to do it over again, I think I would use the ink. See there, it went so dark, and then I tried to blot it up with a baby wipe. But yeah, I'm not crazy about that. I like the concept, but the result, nah, not so much. Well, that's it, y'all. This is my page for July. I truly loved this challenge. I hope that it inspired y'all to take a look at it and to do something in your art journal. Well, thanks so much for watching, y'all. If you like the video, please like it. And if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. It just lets YouTube know that I'm putting content out that people enjoy, and it will help grow my channel. Thanks so much for watching, y'all, and thanks for subscribing. Y'all be good to one another, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.